Hi, Kasia, and welcome to the office. Today, we're going to be talking about one particular service that we've been offering for quite some time. It is Karta Polaka. Can you tell us a bit more about what it is and how it all works?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so Karta Polaka is a document that is issued to a person that declares belonging to the Polish nation. So basically, they feel they're Polish, and they belong to Poland. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not a citizenship. Yeah. So that's why it's available for people who cannot claim their Polish citizenship for different reasons. Yeah. It was established quite a long time ago. However, since 2019, it's been available to everyone all over the world. Yeah. There are a few eligibility criteria, but generally the first and the most important one is that a person needs to have either one Polish parent or one grandparent or two great-grandparents. Or if they don't meet that criteria, they need to prove at least 3 years of active involvement in the Polish community. That needs to be documented, yeah, and they need to have a statement or like an endorsement from the official Polish community organization.
Yeah. So the Polish government essentially issues a list of those organizations, and if you are a member and you contribute actively, then they give you a letter of endorsement, essentially. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And Kasia, you mentioned that Karta Polaka is not citizenship, but it leads to citizenship. Is that right?
It could, yeah. So it's a perfect option for someone who actually wants to move to Poland or is planning on moving to Poland, because after a year of residency in Poland, they can apply for citizenship,
through a process called recognition. So it's not confirmation, it's not grant of citizenship, it's recognition. So you also need to meet language requirements and a few other bits and pieces, but it's a simplified pathway to citizenship for people that don't qualify through descent.
Yes.
Because their families may have left too early before the Polish state was established and things like that, right?
It's like fast track or option or maybe not fast track, but pretty great option for citizenship.
Yeah, and it's quite predictable in that we can tell you whether you qualify. And as you mentioned, you need direct Polish ancestors. It can go back all the way to your great-grandparents, or active involvement in a Polish community organization. Mm-hmm. After that, the card that's given to you through a consular interview is valid for 10 years, and you can move into Poland anytime. It just gets renewed after 10 years. You don't need to activate it in any way.
Yes.
But if you do move to Poland and reside there for more than 12 months, you can apply for recognition as a citizen. That's how it works, yeah. Kasia, so tell us, people that talk to you about this as an option, what sort of feedback do you get? Because I'm assuming that people would be excited about all of this, except for the language, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's usually the main concern. Yeah. However, as you mentioned, like the application goes through a Polish consulate. Yeah. So an applicant will need to apply themselves, like during an interview. Yeah, and during that interview, a consul basically checks the language efficiency.
Yes, ability to communicate. And there's no test, so just to reassure people, there's no test, and your Polish level doesn't need to be particularly high, but what they check is that the Polish language is your native language, if you like, or if that it was spoken at home by your grandparents, or that you grow up amongst the Polish community. So there isn't a written test, or there's no a particular level that you need to achieve. It's just that they check that you are comfortably able to hold a basic conversation in Polish.
Yeah, especially talk about the childhood, Polish traditions, a bit about Polish history, some traditions that the person, grew up with, and things like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So essentially, for people, just to summarize what we said, It's confirmation of your nationality that can potentially lead to citizenship. It's about your identity. It's about how you grew up and how you connect with the Polish diaspora. It is a pretty assured and predictable way to obtain citizenship, provided you meet eligibility criteria that you mentioned, and then are able to, to follow all the steps to citizenship. But it is, since 2019, a simplified way to obtain citizenship for people that don't qualify for citizenship through descent. All right. Well, thank you for that summary. That's been great. Thank you, Kasia.